Have you ever stopped and wondered why Americans are paying more than ever for streaming, while thousands of movies are actually available for free? Think about it. The average household in the United States now pays for 4 or 5 different streaming services: Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, Max, maybe Prime Video too. And when you add it all together, some families are spending more on streaming than they used to spend on cable. But here's the crazy part. Right now, on devices like Android TV and Amazon Fire TV, there are dozens of completely free movie apps that most people in the United States barely know about. Yes, free, legal, and packed with thousands of movies. But the real question is, are they actually worth using? And more importantly, which ones actually work? In this video, we're going to explore 30 free movie streaming apps that Americans can install right now on Android TV and Fire TV. We'll break down how these apps work, why they exist, which ones are actually good, and how free streaming could completely reshape the future of entertainment in the United States. Because once you understand what's happening behind the scenes in the streaming industry, you might never look at your subscription list the same way again. Now let's talk about why this matters right now. Over the last few years, the streaming industry in America has changed dramatically. When Netflix first exploded in popularity, the idea was simple: pay one monthly fee and get unlimited movies and shows. But then every major company launched their own service. Disney created Disney Plus, Warner launched Max, NBC launched Peacock, Paramount launched Paramount Plus. Suddenly, the content was scattered everywhere. For viewers in the United States, the result was subscription fatigue. People started asking a simple question: why am I paying for 5 different apps just to watch a few shows? And that frustration created the perfect opportunity for something new: free streaming platforms. Instead of charging subscriptions, these platforms use advertising, just like traditional television used to. You watch a few ads during a movie, and in return, the entire library becomes free to watch. And this model is exploding in popularity across the United States. Millions of Americans are now turning to these apps to save money without giving up entertainment. Smart TVs are shipping with them pre-installed. Streaming devices highlight them on the home screen. And some of the biggest media companies in America are investing billions of dollars into free streaming services. But to really understand why these apps are growing so fast, we need to talk about how they actually work. Most free movie streaming apps follow a model called FAST. That stands for Free Ad-Supported Streaming Television. The idea is simple. Instead of paying a monthly fee, viewers watch ads during the content. Those ads generate revenue for the platform, which allows the movies to remain free. In many ways, it's a modern version of cable television, except instead of a limited set of channels, these apps often contain thousands of movies and hundreds of live streaming channels. And thanks to streaming devices like Android TV and Amazon Fire TV, these apps are incredibly easy to install. You open the App Store, search for the app, install it, and start watching immediately. No subscription required. Now let's explore some of the most popular free movie streaming apps available in the United States today. One of the biggest names in free streaming is Pluto TV. This platform offers hundreds of live channels, along with thousands of movies on demand. The interface feels similar to traditional cable television, with a channel guide and scheduled programming. Another extremely popular option is Tubi. Tubi has built one of the largest free streaming libraries in America. It includes action movies, comedies, documentaries, horror films, and even classic television series. Then there's Plex. Originally known for personal media servers, Plex now offers a massive library of free movies and live streaming channels that work perfectly on both Android TV and Fire TV. The Roku channel is another surprising entry in the free streaming world. Even if you don't own a Roku device, the app works on many smart TVs and streaming platforms. And its free movie section continues to grow every year. Then we have Sling Freestream. This platform offers hundreds of free channels and a large selection of on-demand movies. Xumo Play is another strong competitor in the free streaming space. It focuses heavily on live channels, but also includes a growing movie catalog. Distro TV provides global channels and independent films that many viewers have never seen before. Filmzy specializes in independent cinema, giving viewers access to unique movies that rarely appear on major streaming platforms. Fossum focuses almost entirely on movies. Its library includes thousands of titles across dozens of genres. Cineverse is another platform gaining attention for its diverse catalog of films and niche content. And this is just the beginning. Many Americans are also discovering that YouTube itself now includes free movies supported by advertising. Meanwhile, apps like Vudu offer a free with ads section that contains a large rotating library of films. Canopy and Hoopla are particularly interesting because they connect to public libraries. If you have a library card in many parts of the United States, you can watch high-quality films completely free. And then there are dozens of smaller apps offering specialized movie libraries. Popcorn Flicks, Crackle, Freevee, FilmRise, Redbox Free Live TV, Local Now, Asian Crush, Retro Crush, Crunchyroll's free tier, PBS video apps. Altogether, there are now more than 30 legitimate free movie streaming apps available to American viewers on Android TV and Fire TV. But here's where things get really interesting. The growth of these platforms is starting to change the entire streaming industry. Major media companies are paying attention. Advertising revenue in free streaming is rising rapidly in the United States. Some analysts estimate that FAST platforms could generate billions of dollars annually within the next few years. Why? Because advertisers love them. Traditional television advertising is declining as cable subscriptions fall, but free streaming platforms provide a new place to reach millions of viewers. For consumers, the benefits are obvious. Free movies, free shows, no monthly bill. But there's another side to the story. Because while free streaming sounds amazing, it also raises some important questions. And this is the part nobody talks about. When you use a free streaming app, you're not paying with money. You're paying with attention. Advertisements are the primary source of revenue. That means you will see ads during movies. Sometimes multiple ad breaks. For some viewers, that's a fair trade. For others, it can feel frustrating compared to ad-free subscriptions. Another concern is content quality. While some free platforms have impressive libraries, they usually don't have the newest blockbuster movies. Those tend to appear on premium services first, before eventually moving to free platforms. There's also the issue of fragmentation. Just like subscription streaming split content across multiple services, free streaming platforms are doing something similar. Different apps have different catalogs. If you want access to everything, you might end up installing many apps. But here's the surprising part. Many viewers in the United States actually prefer this model. They download several free apps and rotate between them. Instead of paying monthly fees, they watch whatever interesting content appears. And that behavior is forcing big companies to rethink their strategies. Some subscription services are already experimenting with ad-supported plans. Others are investing directly into free streaming channels, because if free platforms continue growing at their current pace, the entire economics of streaming could shift. Now let's take a balanced look at the advantages and disadvantages of free movie streaming apps. On the positive side, the biggest benefit is obvious. You save money. Instead of paying multiple subscription fees every month, you can access a huge library of movies without spending anything. Another advantage is accessibility. Many of these apps work across multiple devices, including smart TVs, Android TV boxes, Fire TV sticks, smartphones, and tablets. That means viewers across the United States can access them easily. Free platforms also introduce viewers to movies they might never discover otherwise. Independent films, international cinema, classic movies, and niche genres often appear on these services. But there are drawbacks too. Advertisements are the most obvious downside. Movies may pause several times during playback for commercial breaks. Another issue is that content rotates frequently. A movie available today might disappear next month as licensing agreements change. And then there's the perception problem. Some people assume that free automatically means low quality, but that assumption is slowly changing as more major studios license their older films to free platforms. So what does the future look like? By the end of this decade, many experts believe the streaming landscape in the United States will look very different. Instead of a few dominant subscription platforms, we may see a hybrid system, premium services for new releases and exclusive shows, and massive free platforms supported by advertising for everything else. Smart TVs and streaming devices are already integrating these services into their home screens. Some platforms even combine live channels and on-demand movies into one interface. For viewers, that means the line between television and streaming could disappear entirely. You turn on the TV, browse content, and watch whatever looks interesting. Sometimes it's a paid service, sometimes it's completely free. And if this trend continues, the idea of paying for 5 different subscriptions might slowly fade away. But what should you do right now? If you're a student in the United States trying to save money, start exploring free streaming apps. You might discover that they provide more content than you expected. If you're a working professional feeling overwhelmed by subscription fees, try replacing 1 or 2 paid services with free alternatives. And if you're a business owner or entrepreneur, pay attention to this shift. Advertising-supported streaming could become one of the most important digital media markets of the next decade. For everyday viewers, the advice is simple. Install a few free apps on your Android TV or Fire TV device. Explore their libraries and see what you actually enjoy watching. You might be surprised by how much great content is hiding behind those free buttons. Because the truth is, the streaming wars are far from over. In fact, they're just entering a completely new phase, and the biggest winner might not be Netflix or Disney or any single company. It might be you, the viewer. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the future of streaming, make sure you subscribe to Tech Vibes for more tech stories, smart insights, and the latest digital trends shaping our world. And I want to hear from you. What free streaming apps are you using right now? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching Tech Vibes, and I'll see you in the next video.